Did you know Madagascar is home to some of the oldest and most unique species on Earth? And that this island produces over 80% of the world's vanilla, or that it's the only place where lemurs, giant baobabs and mesmerizing folklore coexist? Join us on this journey to uncover Madagascar's secrets, from its ancient origins and stunning landscapes to its rich culture and colorful legends. In this episode, we're exploring Madagascar, often called the Eighth Continent, due to its extraordinary biodiversity and high levels of endemism, with many species found nowhere else on Earth, resulting from its long isolation from the African mainland. From the powerful symbolism of the Malagasy flag to a fascinating folklore about an ancient spirit known as Razana, Madagascar has so much to offer. We'll travel through time, uncovering each layer of this island's past, and we'll share some unique facts along the way. Stay until the end. You won't want to miss what we've prepared for you. Madagascar, with its capital Antananarivo, is home to over 28 million people and lies off the southeastern coast of Africa in the Indian Ocean, and is the world's fourth largest island, stretching across more than 226,000 square miles, or 500,578 square kilometers. To put it in perspective, it's roughly the size of France. Known for its unmatched biodiversity, over 90% of its wildlife is found nowhere else. This includes the iconic baobab trees and the diverse lemur species, which have become symbols of this island's ecological splendor. Did you know Madagascar's famous Avenue of the Baobabs is a sanctuary of towering trees over 1,000 years old? These trees are both national icons and natural wonders. Before we dive into the history of Madagascar, let's begin with a legend that captures the mysterious origins of its first inhabitants, the Vazimba. According to Malagasy folklore, the Vazimba were the island's original settlers, small-statured people who arrived by sea and lived deep within the forests and marshes. Revered and feared, they were believed to possess spiritual powers, able to commune with the spirits of the land and the water. Even today, many Malagasy people honor the Vazimba as ancestral spirits, leaving offerings in sacred sites to keep peace with their ancient guardians. With the captivating legend of the Vazimba as our backdrop, let's delve into the extraordinary history of Madagascar. The history of Madagascar is as vast and mysterious as the island itself, stretching back to ancient times. It begins with early migrations around the 1st century CE, when people from Southeast Asia, specifically from the islands that are now part of Indonesia, embarked on a lengthy voyage across the Indian Ocean. These Austronesian seafarers were skilled navigators who brought with them unique crops, languages, and cultural practices that continue to shape the Malagasy identity. Later, around the 8th century, Bantu people from East Africa also began to settle on the island, leading to a fusion of Southeast Asian and African influences. The name Madagascar itself is a legacy of a 13th century misunderstanding by the famed explorer Marco Polo. When he referred to the island as Madagascar, he was actually alluding to Mogadishu in Somalia, yet the name endured, becoming synonymous with this vast island off Africa's coast. This rich blending of cultures created a unique Malagasy society, one that would soon develop its own language, customs, and traditions, establishing the foundation of the island's early kingdoms. During the medieval period, Madagascar saw the rise of powerful coastal communities. Among them were the Merina in the Central Highlands and the Sakalava Kingdom in the west. By the 16th century, the Merina people, under rulers like King Andriamanelo, began expanding their control over surrounding regions, gradually forming what would become a unified Central Highlands kingdom. The arrival of European explorers and traders in the 16th and 17th centuries brought new dynamics to Madagascar. The Portuguese, Dutch, and French sought to establish trading posts along the coasts, drawn by the island's resources and strategic location. The Malagasy rulers skillfully managed these interactions, balancing diplomacy with European powers while strengthening their own dominions. By the early 19th century, under the powerful Merina king Radama I, Madagascar took significant steps towards modernization. Radama established alliances with British officers, introduced Western education, and initiated reforms that reshaped Malagasy society. His successor, Queen Ranavalona I, took a different approach, resisting foreign influence, and fiercely defending Madagascar's sovereignty through a policy known as isolationism. Her reign, while controversial, solidified Madagascar's independence and the unique Malagasy cultural identity. However, the island's autonomy would not last. By the late 19th century, in 1896, French colonial ambitions led to the annexation of Madagascar, officially making it a French colony. The Malagasy resisted, and notable figures like Reinandria Mampandri and Queen Ranavalona III fought to maintain the kingdom's independence. But after years of resistance, Madagascar was ultimately subdued and its monarchy was dissolved, with Queen Ranavalona III exiled. During French rule, Madagascar's traditional structures and land ownership were transformed, often to the detriment of the local population. Malagasy labor was exploited for the benefit of the colonial economy, and educational policies promoted French culture over Malagasy heritage. Yet even under colonial rule, the spirit of independence endured. After World War II, the push for self-determination grew stronger, leading to a national movement for independence. On June 26, 1960, Madagascar finally reclaimed its sovereignty, becoming the Republic of Madagascar. The early post-independence years were marked by political shifts as leaders tried to define the young republic's direction, grappling with issues of poverty and economic independence. Today, Madagascar continues to draw on its complex heritage as it addresses the challenges of modernity. From the early Austronesian settlers and African migrations to its colonial struggles and independence, Madagascar's history is a tapestry woven with resilience, adaptation, and an enduring sense of identity that is as unique as the island's flora and fauna. Madagascar's landscapes are filled with mystery, beauty, and tales that blend nature with local lore. In the south-central part of the island, the Andringitra Mountains offer dramatic views, including Peak Bobi, which locals call the Sacred Mountain. Legend has it that spirits dwell within its rugged peaks, and climbers are encouraged to show respect to these spirits for safe passage. The mountains also feature stunning granite formations and rare plants, creating an otherworldly experience for those who trek through them. Moving north, Ankarana Reserve is famed for its eerie Tsingy formations, sharp, jagged limestone peaks that create a natural fortress. According to local legend, these formations were crafted by ancestral spirits to guard hidden treasures within the caves below. The reserve is also home to sacred underground rivers and intricate cave systems, believed to be pathways to the spirit world, but the most striking Tsingy formations can be found at Tsingy de Bemaraha, a UNESCO World Heritage Site often called the Stone Forest. Here, the limestone pinnacles rise even higher, forming a surreal and impenetrable landscape that shelters rare plants and animals found nowhere else on Earth. Locals hold the Tsingy in great reverence, believing that spirits dwell within these razor-sharp peaks, giving the stone forest a mystical aura that draws travelers from around the globe, where crocodiles are thought to embody ancestral spirits, making them revered and respected by nearby communities. In Ranamafana National Park, where dense rainforest and mist-covered trees create a hauntingly beautiful atmosphere, a local legend adds to the allure. According to Malagasy folklore, the forest was enchanted by an ancient queen to protect her people from invaders. Today, the lush forest is filled with rare lemurs, including the elusive golden bamboo lemur, which was believed to be extinct until it was rediscovered here. Madagascar's coastline reveals more mysteries. Baie d'Antongil is not only a serene location for whale watching, but is also thought to be protected by ocean spirits, who, according to legend, guide the migratory humpback whales safely each year to breed. This bay, Madagascar's largest, is revered by local fishermen who often hold ceremonies to honor the spirits and ask for good fishing seasons. Lastly, Lake Alatra holds a significant place in the hearts of local communities. Known as the Lake of the People, it's surrounded by wetlands that support unique bird species, and it's central to traditional fishing practices. Some believe that a mythical serpent guards the lake, ensuring that its waters remain bountiful and that its fish are protected from over-harvesting. To this day, rituals are held to show gratitude to this guardian of the lake. Madagascar's people hold a deep respect for ancestors, believing they connect the present with the spiritual world. Among the island's revered spirits is Razana, an ancestral protector. According to legend, Razana wanders the forests, linking the living to the spirit world. Malagasy people leave offerings to Razana, believing that his spirit protects the island's flora and fauna. This tale highlights the unique way Malagasy culture honors and maintains a spiritual connection to nature, forming an integral part of the island's cultural identity. Madagascar's official languages, Malagasy and French, reflect its history and multicultural influences. Malagasy, rooted in Austronesian origins, closely resembles Indonesian and Filipino languages, showcasing the island's Southeast Asian roots. French, on the other hand, is a remnant from colonial rule, still used in government and education. Across the island, however, Malagasy dialects vary widely, reflecting Madagascar's ethnic diversity, which includes over 18 distinct groups. Religions in Madagascar are diverse. While Christianity is the dominant faith, many Malagasy people incorporate Fomba, ancestral traditions, into their daily lives. The reverence for ancestors, known as Razana, remains central, with practices like Famadihana, or turning of the bones. In this ceremonial ritual, families carefully exhume the remains of their ancestors, rewrap them in fresh cloth, and celebrate their memory with music, dance, and joyous gatherings. It's not only a tribute, but a festive ceremony that highlights the deceased's enduring role within the family lineage. Famadihana reflects the Malagasy people's profound respect for their ancestors and the belief that the living and the deceased remain spiritually connected, with each generation honoring and sustaining the family bond. This blend of Christian and traditional beliefs shapes a rich and unique Malagasy spiritual landscape. Madagascar's culture is as rich and unique as its landscapes. Another important symbol in Malagasy culture is the zebu cattle. Seen throughout the countryside, these humped cattle represent wealth and status and are essential in rituals, ceremonies, and even in marking social rank. The Malagasy people are also known for their strong sense of community and hospitality. Visitors to Madagascar often note the warmth and generosity extended to them. Whether through shared meals or vibrant communal gatherings, hospitality here is a way of life, underscoring the value placed on unity and connection. Madagascar's flag proudly displays red, white, and green. Red symbolizes sovereignty and the Malagasy people. White represents purity and peace, and green stands for the coastal regions and hope. The flag's colors capture the spirit and resilience of the Malagasy people. Another powerful symbol of Madagascar is the baobab tree, often called the roots of the sky. These ancient trees are not only ecological marvels, but are also seen as symbols of endurance and timeless beauty, embodying the unique character of the Malagasy environment. Madagascar's economy is deeply tied to its natural resources. As mentioned at the beginning of the video, the island is the world's top supplier of vanilla, producing over 80% of the global supply. Farming vanilla is labor-intensive, with each orchid hand-pollinated to maintain the quality that Madagascar is known for. The island is also rich in precious gemstones, including sapphires, which contribute to its exports, along with coffee, cloves, and cocoa. Thank you for exploring Madagascar with us on Nations of the World. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below about what you want to see next. Join us again as we continue our exploration of the nations of the world. Until next time, take care.